Okay, so we're here to talk about today everything that's been going on and just kind of spill the tea on the ups, the downs, and why we've made the moves we've made, on where we've come from and where we think we're going, and that kind of thing, just to kind of share in a little bit more detail, the things that we've basically alluded to through our, vlogs and stuff.
Yeah. So let's dive straight in.
Let's start with leaving Brooklyn and moving to Florida.
All right, so we moved from Brooklyn to Florida because we were in a search for work. I don't think that we shared it too much but work here in New York wasn't so great, at least for my business. I used to do window treatment and business wasn't so great. And we thought that there is an opportunity in Florida. We have some friends and there was this big hype that was going on around Florida. And we decided to go ahead and try to live in Florida. So that's what we did.
What we were doing with our business in New York was just not enough to support life in New York City, which, as you know, probably know, is quite expensive. So, we were left with some conclusions to come to. We got information from those living in Florida that, that they felt that there was a lot of work for us down there. And so we thought, what do we have to lose? Let's give it a shot. It was a tough decision to come to, and we really kind of pulled at it for quite some time. But you know what we concluded? We concluded that if by chance it doesn't work out, we could always just go back. And, it's easier said than done, of course, but the reality is that is the case. So we thought, okay, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it our best shot and see what comes of it. We were really quite hopeful and had high hopes and expectations.
We did had high expectations. But unfortunately, after almost 18 months being in Florida, I would say that we got to a decision that, I'll share with you that we really could not even make enough money to support our rent. So it kind of left us with this decision to make. We could stay there and accumulate more debt. The other option is to change everything. We decided to start over, meaning that we're going back up north. We are with Patricia's brother, my brother-in-law, Wesley. It was that we are staying here and doing this video actually from his living room. And what is that I wanted to say?
I don't know, but let's back it up a little bit. How would you say our experience was, or your experience and our experience on a whole in Florida? Because I would say that it was actually a very positive experience. Work didn't work out so well, but there was a lot to enjoy. Life in Florida is quite different from New York, but as we explored and worked on understanding what Florida had to offer, we really found a lot of beauty in Florida and so many places to check out and explore. I mean, we didn't even hit like a fraction of the list I had put together. And shout out to Sue, who was always giving me suggestions in the comments. And I had started a list actually of places that we were going to visit based on suggestions we had gotten. Obviously the beaches are beautiful and the weather is great for the winter time. Summer is a little tough. The outdoor lifestyle easily had in a place that's warm all the time. And the kids were having a great time.
So to add to what Patricia said, which I pretty much agree, I love the beach in Florida. That was really like 1 out of 10. The beach always 10, 10, 10. It's amazing, especially in the summer when it's really, really hot. Work, like we said, wasn't so great. But the outside, yes, not in the summer when it's really, really hot. Like throughout the summer, And the hurricane season, that's another thing that I didn't really like, because like in any given moment, you can get the info that you need to evacuate your home.
When we realized that work was just not going the way that we'd hoped it would, whether it be with the window treatment, and then after you actually went and got a job, tried just taking a job, and even that was not able to provide what we really needed to survive.
Even the job didn't provide what we were looking at. Was commission based, and there was not a lot of sales going on, not a lot of people coming into the gallery. So I couldn't even make, even there I couldn't make anything reasonable to support our family. So
it felt, maybe that whatever boom was happening in Florida had come to an end, and it, we didn't feel there was room for our expansion into this space. And being at such a distance from our family, which, Gil has his family in New York, and I have a lot of extended family in New York, and the rest of my family in Canada, being all the way down in Florida, while we're struggling and we can't really travel to see our family without taking multiple days just for the travel, was very challenging. So we thought, okay, if we're gonna struggle, we might as well struggle closer
to family,
because then at least we can still see them.
Right. This is like kind of the main conclusion. I would say that you want to stay close to family. I think that family and the connection to our families is important.
Yeah, not to mention, even Ethan, being so far.
Right. Ethan was like, I think that the hardest part. Ethan, my mother, my sister, they were the hardest part. Not to be able to stop by for a birthday party. Just for my niece's birthday party, it was kind of like we are so distant from them. And it's not like in a distance of like, even like, we need to drive for 3 or 4 hours to get to my niece's birthday. That was the distance from a family. Call us old-fashioned, but for us, the distance from family was very, very. So that's why we decided to move back and to start basically over.
Yeah. And even not even be able to from New York, even come up to Canada, say on a long weekend, come up to Toronto to like visit my family or something like that. Like that was no longer available because Toronto's a 3-day drive from Florida. So what is our plan? What are we doing? We're in Canada now. We're visiting with my family, which is great.
As we didn't see Patrice's family for a couple of years, since 2021, that was the last time. So my goal is like, we need to kind of be with family first, because it was a while. Yeah. So that's important to us. Our next step, that's the next interesting part, like where we go from here, because now we've put our stuff in storage. We're here visiting with my family in Canada. What do we do next? What are we doing next? We are looking to see how our future going to look like, what I'm going to do in life, or what we're going to do as a family. And there is few things that I'm working on.
Gil is going through the process for other job possibilities.
Yes. So we are expecting to land in Pennsylvania, which is kind of middle ground between Canada and Brooklyn and New York, which we love New York. We obviously love New York.
It could very likely be Pennsylvania, but it could still end up being New Jersey or upstate New York. We haven't finalized that yet.
Decide. If you have great ideas about what should I do with my life, please let me know.
You can drop Gil some thoughts in the comments. But you guys are really pretty much coming along with us as we're like figuring this out and ironing everything out, because not everything has been solidified or figured out, and we're really doing this with you guys as we go. So thanks for being with us as we go through this journey in our life. So stay tuned with us.
Oh, we didn't finish? We didn't finish, huh?
Stay tuned with us.
We didn't finish.
You let me.
Okay, now let's be serious. Okay.
Just stick with us. Stay tuned with us.
And
see how this.
Yeah, the director just came and gave us the thumbs up. Thank you, Ellie. And you need to tell us. Cut. Thank you very much.
See you next.
See you next.